Hello everyone, welcome to a video on the Heezy Game Media YouTube channel. I'm Spencer, and today we're talking about the Nintendo Switch. This is my long-term review for the Nintendo Switch. I want to give a special shout out to Crystal Elliott Design, our sponsor of this podcast. If you need something for Twitch, podcasting, overlays, logos, stuff like that, check out Crystal Elliott Design. We really appreciate her over at Heezy Game Media. She's done so much for us, and she's amazing to work with. So check her out at Crystal Elliott Design on Facebook. She means the world to us. Link in the show notes. So, 1 year ago, I think last month, I wrote these show notes about a month ago. I bought my Switch. I got a bonus at work, and I paid off my couch and some furniture in my house that I had gotten a loan on, and I was like, I'm going to reward myself too, and I bought my Nintendo Switch. And my wife had got me like an Xbox One for Christmas a few years before. I hadn't been playing a ton of video games lately, but I really, really wanted to play Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. So I went out and got my Switch and kind of never looked back. And I kind of want to talk about just my experience with this overall, because it's been a really good experience. So let's kind of start with the day one feeling. So day one, I actually remember where I was sitting and what I was doing, and I turned on my Nintendo Switch, and it has the loading screen, and it's in my hands as like a the portable device, and it felt like it felt when I turned on my Game Boy Color or my Game Boy SP. It was magical. It was this feeling that I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so fun. And I don't know what it is about me and portable games specifically, but they have a real place in my heart. And I think a huge part of it has to do with, like, when I was a kid going to Disneyland or Lake Powell and just having my Game Boy with me, and that was my source of entertainment on those long car drives, because we had 6 kids in my family, so we never flew. I did not fly anywhere with my family. Everything was a drive. We drove to Illinois once as a family from Utah, so we were in for the long car rides, and the Switch brings back good memories of that, because those hours playing Zoid Legacy, or those hours playing Pokemon, or Final Fantasy Tactics, like, those are good memories for me. Pokemon trading card game, those are memories that invoke happiness, and like some of the times where I got to remove myself from the world and be a part of this thing during these hours and hours of car rides with this huge family. And I really was excited and had this emotional reaction to turning on my Switch for the first time. So the games that I've played on the Switch, for what it's worth, are Zelda Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, Into the Breach, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Skyrim, Super Smash Ultimate, and some demos. I might actually have another game that's not on this list since I made this list, but those are the main games that I've played and the games I put time into. And I kind of want to cover them in different sections. So first of all, let's just talk about the titles that we're talking about. I mean, if we're just talking about Zelda, Mario, and Super Smash Ultimate, I think that I would buy the Switch again just to experience these games. Zelda is one of the best video games I've ever played. I am like a pretty medium Zelda fan. I really liked Ocarina of Time. I don't even know that I beat Twilight Princess because I hated being the wolf so much. But I've started A Link to the Past more times than I could count. And I beat the 4 Swords with my friends. And I played a lot of Zelda in my life, as most people have. And Breath of the Wild was something different, refreshing, and amazing, and I continue to try and play from this day. I'll probably restart it here this year. Mario Odyssey was so different. I started Mario Odyssey hating it, and ended Mario Odyssey with Mario Odyssey being my favorite Mario game of all time. And one of the things that Mario Odyssey does a really good job of is it allows you to grind without having to grind. And the Switch allows you to play games in a lot of ways however you want. And I think Zelda and Mario did a good job of showing what the Switch could do without forcing you to do the things. And right now, Smash Ultimate is probably my favorite game I play. I am gonna go to my first Smash tournament here in the next couple of weeks. I'm listening to Smash podcasts. I'm watching Smash. I mean, if you come here from constructive criticism, you know I'm a competitive person. Playing competitive Magic the Gathering is just a huge highlight in my life. It's something that's a huge part of the things that I do on a week-to-week, day-to-day basis. I have a YouTube channel, a podcast. I support, 5 other podcasts maybe on my network every week on Magic the Gathering. Like, I love competitive play. I love improving, and Smash really does a good job of letting you do that. And, Nintendo's the system that does that. And the thing is that I love my Switch. Like, I'm going to get a Switch dock for this setup right here. So I literally am going to get rid of my Mac setup. I'm probably going to move my TV, my 32-inch to my desk. And I'm probably going to get a 3-screen setup just to play video games on. And it's exciting. It's something that I'm gonna really enjoy. I think my Switch, I'm gonna get a setup for my bedroom. I'm gonna get a setup for this desk, and then just a separate setup for the main room. I don't know that there's even a system that makes sense for, right? Like, I get 3 docks, and then I can move my system into whatever room I want to play in. That's not a normal thing. That's not a thing that you can do with your Xbox. I have to literally move my Xbox to do that. And with the Switch, I just go spend $20-$40, get a new setup, get a new dock, plug it into the TV that I want to play on, and it's this whole new thing and this whole new experience. And I love my Switch so much that I'm willing to spend an extra $80, $120 to be able to play it in whatever room I want on the TV, in addition to be able to take it anywhere. I went to a conference for work. I played Switch while listening to Oprah and Obama talk. Actually, that's not true. I turned off my Switch when Oprah was talking because I really liked what she was saying. But my point is that my Switch is my favorite console. And I love my Xbox. I think it's behind me right here. I got my Xbox One sitting over here. I love my Xbox One. I'm playing Red Dead Redemption 2 right now. I just beat Mass Effect for the first time on my Xbox One. I'm going to beat Mass Effect 2, Mass Effect 3, and then Mass Effect Andromeda on it. I play Madden on my Xbox. I love my Xbox. And I have more titles for my Xbox than my Switch by a significant amount. But my Switch is it is different. It is magical. It makes me happier than anything else. And it is my favorite purchase of the last 10 years. I love my Switch. So, would I wait for a game to play it on the Switch is a question that I get asked a lot. The answer is actually yes. If something is coming out, so Dragon Ball Z Fighter, for example, I could have bought that for my Xbox, and I was like, no, I'm going to just wait for it to come out on my Switch to buy it. I legitimately feel that way about every single game that comes out. If it's going to come out on Switch, I would rather have it on my Switch than any other console. I think that the other thing to think about when you're looking at your Switch, and something that I would highly recommend, I would get whatever the upgraded controller is. So you're going to be happy playing with your Joy-Cons with your friends, things like that. I took my Switch to the airport one time. We were going on a trip to Arizona for a work meeting, and we just kind of played video games at the airport by setting my Switch up and playing with the Joy-Cons. And that was super great. But I also think, so I've been playing with my brother's Pro Controller, who's living with me. And I'm tomorrow, I think, I'm going to go buy a Pro Controller for myself. And then I'm also going to be buying a GameCube-style controller for Smash Ultimate. Because I think that while the Joy-Cons are great, and they let you play in parties and things like that, you're going to want additional controllers that are designed for the games that you're playing. Which, by the way, can we just talk about that for a second? I'm going to go buy a Pro Controller that's similar to my Xbox controller for certain games, and a controller for a specific game in Smash Ultimate that people can use when they come over and play other games with me, like Mario Party or whatever. Like, this system is crazy. And it's incentivizing me to buy things that I want to buy. It's not like, oh, they're tricking me into buying this. It's like, no, I actually want this. I want this thing. It will improve my experience. I think that the fact that I'm willing to buy extra docks throughout the house, the fact that I'm willing to buy extra controllers, the fact that I had this real connection to that loading screen the first time that I load this video game system up, kind of shows where I would rate the system. So for those who listen to the Need to Nerd podcast, which is on this network, if you go check it out, Need to Nerd, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's a podcast I do with some of my friends, just talking about nerd culture on this network. You'll know that the Game Boy SP is my favorite system of all time. I have no doubt in my mind that by the end of the Switch's life, it will be my favorite system of all time. If you are debating buying a Nintendo Switch, end of the debate. Go buy one. Go buy Zelda. Go buy Mario. You will not regret it. It is so fun. It is so magical. And there are tons. I think that they have this insane release schedule coming out. The games are coming. That was people's number one complaint, is they were worried about the number of games on the system. Yoshi's coming out. Mario Party's out. You can go get Mario Kart Deluxe if you want to. You can play some of your favorite titles. And then if you get live, you get tons of classic titles. I'm playing the game with Icarus for the first time right now. I'm playing tons of games with my friends from the original NES on my Switch. It is so fun. It is so magical, and I highly recommend it. So that's my review. It's a glowing review. I have nothing bad to say about the Switch. The 720p on the system is totally fine. It goes to 1080p when you plug it in, and it's worth it. It is so worth it. It is magical, and I really love it. So thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Nintendo. This is not sponsored by them. This is just my honest love of this system that I don't have for anything else. And you know what's funny is I talk to all my friends who have Switches, and they feel the same way. They have PlayStations. They have Xboxes. They have gamer PCs. They love their Switch more. They legitimately love their Switch. It is the best purchase I made in a long time. And if you're a gamer, it's funny because, like, I'm a casual gamer and a competitive player, and it fills both roles for me. So thank you so much. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of your Switch. Any questions you have about the Switch, I'm happy to answer, about my thoughts, about why I'm putting docks across my entire house. Yeah, I love it a lot, and I'm really excited for the future of this game, this system. So thank you everybody so much, and we'll see you guys all next week with another video on the He's Game Media YouTube channel.